ban penslur bat aiman sim shushu kumno ban long ki khna ki baslur na ka banta ka lawai ka bakhnai ka jongki ka avenues kala pelong da ka apex program ka ba ai jing hikai kanthop na du ka communication bania kran para bril scientific thinking ka perkhat perdan kat kum ka juk sayan bat ka jing bahajing miat ne well being ya kani ka jing ai jing hikai la penlong ha ki san singilenter ka bala sedang nadu ka arpoi terik uni ubnai kerpang na kebenta ki khynnah jong ka skul Adventist Higher School Klitershi West Giant Hills District ha ka sngi penkut ya kani ka workshop ladan lang ka kong Mabel L Kenta Additional Deputy Commissioner West Giant Hills District kino hikai ka Adventist Higher School bat ki khynnah school.
I'm very grateful for the team from Avenues for having created something special like this for young students. When we were in school, we never had these type of courses. We just had to go to regular school. We did our school subjects and we prepared for exams, and we were more involved in like studying and just memorizing everything by heart, because that time it was important for us to get good marks. But now we live in such a competitive world, and your good grades are not going to be enough in this day and age. Like even if you are the best student, but once you come out, and even if you are appearing for these competitive exams, even if you have done well in the written test, when you appear for an interview, the moment you enter the interview room, the way you present yourself, how you sit like you were taught, even in these few days, how you speak, how you stand, all these things will be judged. Your personality is also being judged. So these skills, we are not taught these kind of skills in school. So I'm very grateful that you as young students, while your minds are still young and impressionable, you are being given this opportunity to learn some of these skills, and also I can even tell just from the experience sharing by some of the students that they are a little like they have more courage, and they are more brave to be able to speak in public. And I hope that you will become more active in future, and you will be able to represent your school in maybe different kinds of competitions, and you will bring lots of laurels for your school from these new skills that you have acquired in this short span of time.
Kakong Jasmine Pearl Stone Light Plang ka badai ka Academic Head Avenues kalaong kawai na kibenta kibakarpang jong kani ka workshop kalong ru ban penrung ya karukom hikai sayan bat jingken ki balong ki subject ki badan kam hadu kata namar bun na ki khna ki shapting ya kini ki subject namar ki perkhat ba ki long ki ba e kajing thumu kalong bakin khreng ya ki khna bakin kham ngau tanat ya kini ki subject bat ban pendu no ya kajing shapting na ki Nalor kata kakong Jasmine kalabatai syapang karukom IG hikai jong ke Avenues dak bapenwandur ha kata karukom ba iwei pa iwei khna inyo myntoi da ga pen sngo yala ki jong ki jingmun bat pen pau yala ki jong ki jingting jings ear bat ban ya thu lem ya ki jing thumu jong ki khnang bakin million ban pen pro ya karukom perkhat perdan jong ki bat ban pen tebet kumno banang ban rai la ni decide bat ban jet la ni choose ka ban te ya ka long ranyeng jong ki
pada sukai no ki resort ki batamai bagi dapat yang rukom training dan kacing ai training ke Avenues. Nama tu mencuba ni Avenues ki sukan mau beri English training ke kita. Ke Avenues company tak ke training agency pun. Ke Avenues mana sukai no ki kot ke social enterprise. Kamu kaya trade direct pada community. Di hakata kan dia. Mencuang no ngim hikai tak paring. Mendai tang soft skills tu. Kan dia ke model thamai dan ke framework thamai ke pelet jing bon ha manong no ki skill ki bo per kumno bangin ra shakmat kamar pita pet jing start saya tentang dai stangkat no pikwa belan ayo masuk nampo internet tingim kwai ki kena ba hoi ka yarap ki tamaki don ki skill ki ban hab don kam ka jing ya trailang long ka jing kai do ubriu so la bande ka briu la ni ubriu but don't come that human intervention. So for this Apex program, it's it's human skills for the future. Nak bentar lawai ke. Te imam en bataya tiket kendiat chapang ki ki lightly ki aspect ki ba kentup hakaneka Apex program.
That we're dealing with under the Apex programs, the initiative that we just started, deal with well-being, scientific thinking, and most importantly communication. These are the three areas that as an organization, based on all our experiences over the years, we have come to realize that that is something that our state needs, that our youth needs, and also falling in line with the NEP, and also looking at the gaps that our youth face in today's education. There are so many things, right, Man, across the years that we've spent. The number one thing is we're looking at is the dropout rate that we see so rampantly across our state and across our schools. So with the hope of the Apex programs going into schools, we wish to somehow inculcate an interest and get children to start developing a scientific mindset, scientific thinking you could call it, or in very simple words, critical and creative thinking, to get students and all learners, even teachers for that matter, to not look at subjects with a sense of fear. I think even when we were small as kids, science and mathematics, these were two very scary subjects for us. But with the introduction of STEM into our curriculum, STEM is scientific, science, technology, engineering and math. So we've tried to incorporate these elements of STEM into our curriculum and integrate it along with what Man was earlier talking about, that is human skills, which is something that machines cannot do, right? Which artificial intelligence can't do, is to be able to think with emotions and reason as well. And that is something that only humans will be able to do. So through this program, again, we're saying that the incorporation of STEM along with well-being, because students will be given access to programs and workshops and awareness campaigns that deal with their well-being, emotional, mental, right, physical, and that's it. That's what we're talking about. So the three aspects, the three legs, or like Man said earlier, our pillars would be well-being, scientific thinking, and communication. Another factor that we're aligning with to our curriculum, what we've always done actually from its birth, from Avenues' birth, is communication. But communication now not only in getting to speak proper English or pronounce each word correctly, but it's also to be able to communicate in any form, verbally or non-verbally, right? So paying attention to small details like your body language, the way you greet somebody when you meet them for the first time and sustain a conversation, that is something that we're looking at into our communications module, alongside with interacting with people, building their interpersonal skills, and also their ability to manage and regulate their emotions when in times of crisis and in times of challenges, because we believe that challenges reveal a person's true character. So in keeping with all of that, those are the two areas that we are hoping to achieve through our programs. I think Man can do the other two that we analyzed so far in our studies.
The khynnah kum ka study ke jong mo in habban yo ishai hadu kat nu kalau khynnah nani ka khynnah ti don ki pre-assessment forms but ki post-assessment forms ke ti kita ki ka pre-assessment form buat shwaban sedang ke program, post-assessment form dalam ke program ti compare na ka jing kanok do namar kin habban tik mark nani kin habban ben hei ki hab yelade ti ka study jong ka to in sapan kre ki ning ski ban one but katu ka report kansalit hi shaki the district administration kani ong baka they take bit tang soft skills kalong no a new framework hakaba mathematics lani ka jingkhet lani ka subject science kat ki khynnah kin num tiang than namar ba baling ngamdei unong hikai jingkhen menta namar banga tiang mdei banga jenjaring ang bangan stu yaki topics tane yaki concepts ki badon haka mathematics kan the map Jasmine, if you have anything to add.
I think another one of the gaps was that basically what you just said, Man. It's about the fear that is so evident in our students when it comes to science and math. Their mindsets are closed to even accepting the learning because they look at it as something difficult. But through our programs and the incorporation of STEM awareness, we hope that students come out of those sessions going back to school, developing an interest and a curious mindset to understand what science and math really does for life skills, for soft skills. You know, something that we do every single day. Without these subjects, we wouldn't even be standing here, right? So, with the incorporation of that, I think, and merging human skills and communication, it makes a perfect blend for what anybody would say as a wholesome education. And taking it one step further would be practicing whatever they have been able to acquire through our programs, and that is something that we wish to continue with the support and the engagement of the district administration and the schools and the colleges that are around. So I think together when we walk into this journey or step into this journey, I think it will be a wonderful space where all types of intelligences and learners and children from all over different communities who think that they cannot because their sense of worth is so less. I think this would be a good time for them to come together and understand that every person is unique and intelligent in their own way and can learn in different ways and still achieve the same outcome for their own success.
Santali kan ki skul hakane ka first apex initiative lingba ka avenues ngiyo ban pat ka ngiyo ban penan kam hakane ka por tengah aingo yai managing director jom ka avenues Shri Mark Light Stone te shwa pangin manong no hoi kawi ka benta ka mangi klam pat patai na du mene ka long ka jing penan kam ya ki khana puruskam ya ki khana rim ki khana ki ba por bangi dangrit lani por bangi he ngi jus ngo na ki matemen ki patemen kat nang yat ki snam tengba ngimtip ki badai sisane ki ba shutau tengba hakanur kanu ka rukom kitu ki jingi thu khana ki hikai yangi kumno ban im ka jing im ka ba bha mo ngam ong banga bha e ka chiam ka jonga manta tama ngatip kitu haktin prank ki values ngiyo ki ban shim na kitu ki khana imam jasmine an batai hakanu ka rukom ki trainers ki jongi ki penon kam ki ni ki khana ban pasat shaki na ki ba don hakini ki classes.
Another very important aspect or element of our training components is the inclusion of culture and folklore into the curriculum. I think our culture has diminished in terms of its essence since we are so exposed to a lot of other things across the world. Most often we forget who we are, and that's exactly what we do through our programs. We take our children back to their roots, understanding that their true identity and the image that they carry out into the world, whether it is while meeting somebody for the first time or trying to speak to another child from another community, or even at the workplace, in school, for amongst themselves,
Mixed communities.
in mixed communities, like very much out here in the campus that we are in today. We take culture into the classrooms, we take folklore and folk tales into the classroom and merge them with our lessons in self-worth, in mindset values. So these are human core values that we choose, that are universally accepted all over. So our children leave our classrooms with a heightened and an increased feeling of belongingness.
Strong identity.
Yes, and a stronger identity. They already are aware of who they are. They just need to be nudged and motivated and encouraged to believe further in themselves and who they are and where they come from. And with our sessions in folklore and culture, we use these stories as a base to get our learners to truly value, respect and learn from their own culture, hoping that it would then spread further into them respecting other cultures as well. So that whole feeling of working together and collaborative leadership would stem from a strong foundation of their identity and self-worth. So with the incorporation of that as well, I think we are good to go.
Kata kadik kawai neki wadong no ki important aspects of this training program. They get talking about numbers, bani hagi bana khynnah kan utli ki skul ni kan ngot ki khynnah. Te lakum no katkum ka jingyo naki register sa niki attendance jong ki skul ki prepare kelum lang ma nyau spa tam e. Te pilas thu pat hi dalas dang program ki don ki khynnah ki ba kum tamo ki badam kecing pang kecing storm kum ni kum tai tum ngin le hi ban accommodate so kat nungut ki khynnah ki yo jing mentoi na kan ni ka program mana sukhen kelum lang average subo bet nyau spa ngot e the ki actual figures tingin saya share hi but ki but ki press lane le share report lane but ki district administration ka report kan selit na kaliang kacongi pan i hado kan no kan ne ka program kan kala mentoi lane kum tamo ka ha kan ko dugam kan yarap hi khynnah bakin don lane kalawai ka ba khampernai
Lengba kum kini ke jing persang ke avenues ka pen pau ya ka jing khmi lenti ban yo pen bha bat pen rong shu ya ki jing hikai ki ban pen khre ya ki khynnah samla ka jela jongi na ga banta ka lawe jongki la ka long ha kanu kaliang lane ka jai kamru la yo ru ka jing kren na ka kong san ka kong mabel el kenta uba man kraw kharpuli project lead apex and senior faculty member avenues bat ki jing kren testimonial na ki khynnah school ki khynnah school jong ka Adventist Higher Secondary School ha kani ka jing ai jing hikai ki layo priang ru ya ki sernot.
Today I'm going to tell you about what we learned the whole week. We learned so many things like the 3 V's, power stances and so on. So as our teacher Miss Chelsea, she teaches us many things like activities. She teaches us not to feel scared about math, science. We should not feel scared about anything. We should have an effort also. We should have we should have a goal. We should put a goal on ourselves. Like if you want to become this thing, like if you want to become doctor, you should have the mind that we will do that one. You have, if you fail also no problem in that work, you can still keep on doing. Like she teaches us that if you work hard also, sometimes we fail. Yes, it's correct. I saw so many of my friends, they are like that. So I see like it's correct only what she said, and I'm trying to encourage every one of you to try harder if you fail also. Thank you.
I'm just gonna share. I won't take long. Don't worry. Maximum by 5 minutes. I'll take it. So I'm just gonna share my short stories, my short testimony regarding the program which we had for a week. So on the first day, what we learned was we learned about 3 V's. Can you all say the 3 V's? Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Yes. So that's the first thing that we learned on the first day. And not only that, we also learned power stances. And on the second day, what we learned was, what did we learn? Value. Again, louder. Value. Okay. So on the second day, we learned value. And on the third day, we learned critical thinking, or we can say scientific thinking also. And not only that, on the fourth day, what we learned was we learned about a leadership quality, how to become a leader. And not only that, we also learned how to achieve our goals. We did so many activities, right? Yes. Did you guys remember the activities? Yes. Yeah, let's not forget the activities which we did. Let's remember in our mind, in our hearts, and let's remember that in order to achieve our goals in our lives, we need to have a good effort. We need to put on effort, lots of effort, and not only that, we need to have a good habits. We need to build up that good habits every day. Through the habits, our future is being built. If you don't have habits, if you don't have the good habits, our future will not be good. Our future depends on the habit that we have. So at this moment, I just want to call upon the volunteers who will come up here and show us the stances, power stances, and the sitting posture which we learned. So first of all, I would like to call upon, I would like to call anyone, any boy from here. I would like to call one boy to represent us sitting stance. Anyone, any smart boy. So we learned four sitting postures. That is, number one, he'll show us, our handsome brother here will show us how to do it. Number one, number two, number three, number four. Let's all give him a big round of applause. And then not only that, I would like to call upon the girls' side too. Any volunteer from the girls' side? Who wants to do? So girls, I know that we all have learned, so it's just a revision for us. Let's see. Okay, ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Okay, so since we have just see that the sitting postures which we had, let's not forget, let's remember in our hearts, that's whenever we meet someone, let's try to remember that how the way we should sit and communicate with a person. And I just want to say that the thing that I feel the most important, or the thing that I benefit the most during these weeks, is that we learn about teamwork. We learn how to communicate. We also learn how to express ourselves betterly, more clear, more effectively. And then not only that, we also learn about how to achieve our goals. As we all know that everyone here who's seated here, we all have a goal. We all have a goal. And that in order to achieve that goal, we need to pursue, we need to put effort, sleep well, eat well, take rest, and then have good habits.
This 4 days experience of mine, I'm going to start with my experience. So it goes like this. First, I saw Miss Kara and our supervisor. I forgot her name, I'm really sorry. Okay, so as they were coming in, all of us were like, what is they going to talk about and what they are going to teach us? So they teach us some power stance, and it's really helpful, and you can see me, I'm using it. Yes, okay. And then we did some scientific thinking and creating some stuff, making a car, teamwork. That's what I like it. And another story which really touched me is that the moon and the sun went to a party. Then the animals, all the other animals were also there, and they make fun of the sun and moon. So the sun and moon stopped shining. Okay, when does the sun shines? Anyone? No, okay, thank you, data. And the moon? So they entirely stop shining. So what do you think will happen if they stop shining? Yeah, entirely dark, right? So the animals felt guilty because they stopped shining. So, the animals had a meeting, and they choose one of the animals. And the animals was an elephant. But an elephant is very strong, right? But it cannot fly to the moon. So they choose the rooster among all the animals. Now, a rooster is quite small. A rooster is a male chicken, okay? Male chicken. So they choose the rooster to apologize the moon and the sun. So, when the rooster apologized, then the sun and moon said, okay, I can apologize. So they start shining again. So what we can learn is that we should have the courage to step up. After hearing the story, I could take the step to come up in front of all of you. Seriously, if I didn't have the courage, if the story didn't touch me, if the story was not helpful to me, I would not come up today here in front of all of you. So that is what I learned, and it was a good experience. So the other thing that I learned is how valuable is time. It was like just yesterday when they came. No? It was just like yesterday. 5 days of this program, and I hope it's useful to every one of us. And did you think how time flew so fast? And even our dear ma'am Mabel, I know she has a lot of work, but she spared her time to come in this program, and I'm very happy that she could be here. And the other thing which I learned is that everyone, through the story, everyone we are born, everyone, we have to depend on others. We cannot be ourselves only. Even the rivers don't drink their own water. The sun don't shine on itself. Even the flowers don't give their fragrance for themselves. Even we humans, we are born for a price. So that price is to help others, especially those who we really need to help, and those who are mentally, socially, and physically need help. Please help them. I hope everyone understood what I'm saying. If you understand, please say yes. Yes. Thank you very much. And the other thing which I'm saying, that we should put God first. Say amen. Amen. God is always first. I want to give you an experience. I mean, it's not an experience, but it's happening right now. It's my grandfather. He is suffering with cancer. Then, I prayed to God and said, God, I'll praise your name if you give one chance to my grandfather. If I could meet him one last Christmas, this Christmas. So I prayed to God and I said, I'll praise your name my whole life. So I'm going to go mainly on that because this is Adventist school, and not only through books we are going to express, we have to express it with ourselves, with action and with doing it. So let us all put God first in everything we do. God is very good, and I heard that my grandfather was becoming all right, and I'm very thankful because God answered my prayer. And if God didn't help this institution, if God didn't bless this institution, maybe the Avenues team would not even come, with safe journey from Shillong. I think God allowed me to speak up here, gave me the privilege to stand up to speak to you all, to send this message. Maybe that's what I was born for. Maybe all of us, we are born for something, but maybe some of you will say you are born of no use, but no, you are not born of no use. You're born with something, with a gift that you have to fulfill it. Even Jesus died for us in the cross. Our own Heavenly Father's Son died for us in the cross. He shed His blood for us. So let us pay that price back, because we are not born for free. Some of them say, it's my life, I'll do whatever I want. Well, you might think that for the first, because at first something is bad, at the end, the ending is always good, as they say, as the saying goes. So what I want to say, the other thing, what I learned is that let us all learn to be punctual. That is what I also learned through the teaching, and long live Avenues, long live Meghalaya, long live ATS. Kublai Subun.